In the US, there are still dozens of executions scheduled, and over 2,000 people serving time on death row. It's clear from the people I've met that capital punishment remains a complex moral dilemma.
Once you get to know those people, what they've done, they deserve what they got.
The death penalty shouldn't exist. It's a sin to take another person's life. And we call ourselves Christians. I mean, these people, they put their hand on the Bible, you know, to get themselves sworn in office. I'm surprised they don't burst out in flames.
There are people who believe that the execution of an innocent person is the price you pay to have a death penalty. And they are more than happy to pay that price. And I think that's a tragedy. It's horrible, but I think that's the reality that we're dealing with.
The debate might be ongoing, but the number of executions in the US has been steadily declining since 2000.
Once life without parole was introduced, it really had a huge impact. Now that they have that life without parole option, a lot of juries are taking that, and so they're just not having these numbers coming onto death row, which then of course means that there are fewer and fewer executions.
Life without parole is known in the UK as a whole life order and was first introduced in 1988. Today there are over 70 people sentenced to spend the rest of their lives behind bars, including Levi Belfield and Rosemary West.
Back home in the UK, if you speak to people about what they feel about the death penalty, when you mention individual cases, they might say, oh, yeah, maybe for that guy or for that person. You are part of that victim's family. It has happened to you.
Right now, I feel like I'm on a journey. It won't be done until his sentence is carried out. If it's commuted and he's just given life in prison, and if the government changes that journey for me, then I'll have to make that adjustment.
For me, the biggest issue around the death penalty is its finality. There is no coming back. But can killers change? Is there a real chance of rehabilitation?
And I've never sat opposite a man who's convicted of double murder before. I do believe in forgiveness and I believe in redemption, and I think that people can change. But there'll be people who would think he deserves to die for what he did.
When I was young, I would turn on the news and I'd see the death row guy on the TV pleading for his life. I would say, fry him, and I would change the channel. I believed in the criminal justice system.
And now you're the death row guy on the telly saying...
And now I'm the death row guy on the telly saying...
I want to live.
I want to live. I think I'm worthy of a second chance. I think everybody's worthy of a second chance.
My experiences in the US have left me with so many questions. If we had the death penalty here in the UK, would we really welcome such an extreme form of punishment? Or do we feel murderers deserve a shot at redemption, even those as callous as the Southport killer, Axel Rudikabana? The last executions in Great Britain were in 1964, at gallows in Manchester and Liverpool. Over 60 years on, is capital punishment something we could, or should, see back on our shores?
Well, if you're asking me if it's right or wrong for the UK, what the hell are you thinking? It's a mess. It's putting people through stuff they don't have to go through.
You don't think this works?
It's undeniable. They will not recidivate if you execute them. But it's really not about them. It's about us. We value your life only if you don't offend the sensibilities of the public.
It's not going to lower your crime rate. It's not going to make your streets safer. It's going to cost you a hell of a lot of money. I will be surprised if bias doesn't play a big role in any justice system, not Britain, but any. You don't want to go there. There's better ways to do this.
When I started on this personal journey, there were 176 people on death row in Texas.
Justice is possible. Love is possible. Redemption is possible.
Now, it's 175.
Stephen, I pray, God, that you will draw him close. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
When you're just waiting to be executed every day, you know, it chips away. Death is knocking on the door. No matter if it's today, tomorrow, a few days from now, whatever. I gotta be strong. All right, brother. I love you, man, very much. You just appreciate it. Talk to you next Wednesday, right? Yeah. I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.